personnel who submit a formal request and receive approval from Site Command may operate 914. SCP-914 is to be kept in Research Cell 109-B with 2 guard personnel on duty at all times. In various sizes appearing to be cut by laser. Input 1 kilogram of steel, setting 1 to 1. Output 1 kilogram of steel screws. Input 1 kilogram of steel, setting fine. Output 1 kilogram of steel carpet tacks. Input 1 kilogram of steel, setting very fine. Output several gases that dissipated into the air quickly, and 1 gram of an unknown metal resistant to heat of 50,000 degrees, impossible to break or bend with any force, and a near perfect conductor of electricity. Input 1 wristwatch belonging to Doctor, setting course. Output 1 completely disassembled wristwatch. Input 1 cell phone belonging to, setting 1 to 1. Output 1 cell phone, although different make and model. Input 1 standard Colt Python revolver, setting very fine. Output data expunged. Aforementioned completely disintegrated all matter in its line of fire. Object contained with high density gamma waves. initiated. Subject causes containment failure of 3 SCP areas in continued escape attempt. Special response team engages subject, resulting in severe wounding of subject, partial memory loss. In special